I went from idea to published book in just 5 days. Was it easy? Oh no. In fact, it was intense. And it's a record that I have no wish to either match or beat anytime soon. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why. Well, hello and welcome to a beautiful sunny day on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia. I've just reached my ChatGPT 4 prompt limit, so I thought I'd come out and share some news with you. So as I said, I went from idea to a published book in just 5 days. This is the book here. So it's a decent sized book. Over the period of time, I have been refining my writing process. So the first book I wrote with the assistance of ChatGPT was ChatGPT Secrets, which addressed the issues many content creators had. They were all jumping on ChatGPT, but they didn't know how to prompt it properly. So they weren't getting great responses and saying, oh, ChatGPT is rubbish, it doesn't work. And so basically that book was designed to show them how to prime and how to prompt properly to get really good quality content from ChatGPT. So that was ChatGPT Secrets. And that took me a while to do. I generated all the content using the free version of ChatGPT using the 3.5 engine. And I think from start to finish, it was about 10 days, 10, 11 days to publish. With this, with this baby, I generated a 30,220 word draft using ChatGPT in one day. And I mean day, I'm not talking a couple of hours. Like when I'm saying days here, I'm literally saying between 8 and 10 hour days, right? It was a marathon. It was an absolute mission. So the first draft, like the draft from ChatGPT was generated in one day. And then I spent the next 4 days editing. And the difference in editing this book to the first one was, as I was coming through and doing the editing, I was continuously jumping back and forth from my editor back into ChatGPT, prompting it for more examples, more information, just stuff to build it out. So I was refining my prompting to keep ChatGPT on track, so it wasn't going down rabbit holes and coming up with all funky stuff. So I had refined my process, and I was pretty happy. But there's a reason why you shouldn't do things so fast. Look, am I happy with the content of both the books? Yes, I am. I'm happy with the content of both the books. They are solid. They are full of information. They address the problem and they provide a solution. Okay, I love this book. I got excited as I wrote it. I even got ideas on how to improve other aspects of my business through writing this. Is the content good? Yeah, it is. But when I was writing it, well, after I published this, so as I said, 1 day of generation through ChatGPT, 4 days of editing. So I started on a Friday, and then on Wednesday night it was submitted to the Kindle store, and it was up and going. It was published on the night of the 5th day. Then on the 6th day I came through, I designed the cover, and I submitted the paperback version, and later on that day, so on the 6th day, the paperback version became available. I ordered author copies, and on the 9th day my author copy arrived. So quick process, great information, going through, editing and making sure the content was great. But now I'm refining my processes even more, and I'm well and truly into the writing of my third book. And it's basically how to write nonfiction. Okay, but it goes into a lot of areas that the other books out there don't, which is obviously something that is important when you want to make your book stand out. I initially just started to write it as a companion guide, just with the prompts that that I use in my processes, and it's blown out into something more concise and more comprehensive, and using ChatGPT 4. So I'm using a ChatGPT 4 model I'm finding it absolutely amazing. I'm finding the just the suggestions and the flow and everything great. Okay, but the point is, I'm refining even further. And what I didn't do in these first two books was I didn't rephrase and I didn't put it through an AI content detector, which is what I recommend everybody do now. That's what I'm going to do with the current book that I'm writing. And then at some point down the track, I'm going to take a rest from creating new content and just go back through and rephrase the existing two books as well. So the content won't change. Just, I mean, the meat and potatoes won't change. Just some of the wording in there will change, just to make the AI content detectors happy. So what I'm doing is probably in a couple of days, I'm going to start sitting down and I'm going to start shooting videos talking about my exact process. Okay, not so much the research, not so much topic research. That's a course in itself about how to go through and validate an idea. Look at what is profitable, what's not, what's over competitive, what's not. So what is a good topic to write on? Okay, I think you should know that before you sit down at ChatGPT. So I'll be talking about the whole process from where you've got your book idea to the content, to the topics that you believe you want to include, and then how to drive ChatGPT forward. So how to ask ChatGPT, saying like, okay, so these are topics that I've researched this. Now these are topics that are covered in other books, or these are the topics that are missing from other books, and there's a demand for them. What other topics do you think should be included to make it complete? All the way through to generating titles, outlines, expanding outlines, content, that sort of stuff. And also going through the process of the rephrasing and AI content detection. So those videos will be freely available, something that could easily be charged for, because this is basically a non-fiction writing course for ChatGPT, but I'm going to make these courses freely available for a couple of reasons. But the main reason is I really want to see ChatGPT used properly, and that only quality content goes out onto platforms like Amazon and that sort of stuff. Because I don't want to see Amazon continually being flooded with this cut and paste, chuck a cover on and go. I think it's going to make it very, very difficult for a lot of people further down the track if Amazon goes, we're just being flooded with this rubbish, it's got to go. So that's one reason, just to help you ensure that you're always putting out top quality content, and also that it won't be caught up as an AI generated book and banned somewhere down the track. So the other thing is that I do currently have a video and a prompt guide based on the first book that I wrote, and that's still available for you if you follow the link in the description. What I'd ask you to do is, even though I'm going to be in the process of creating new training, including a brand new prompt guide, I still want you to sign up for that prompt guide, because when the new training comes out, then I'm just going to send you a link to the new prompt guide and everything else, and you're going to be up to date straight away. But the other reason why I want you to go grab that prompt guide is, in a little while, I'll be sending out an invitation to people on my list to get an early reader's copy of my new book. And once it's published and once it's formatted up in PDF, those who would like to have a review copy can come back and say, yes, I'd love a review copy. I'll send you the PDF. If you go through, like the book, I'd appreciate a review on Amazon. And obviously I can't bribe or offer or anything. All I can give you is my sincere thanks and gratitude for your feedback. But that's that. And I also may be looking at, some books you've got what people say about, and then there's a couple of pages of reviews in the front of the book. If I open that up and you do write a review and you put it on Amazon, and if that review then is one that's selected to go into the front of the book, what I will do is I'll actually send you an actual hard cover, a hard copy. Like I'll send you a paperback version of the book if your review appears in the book, or there might even be a review on the back of the book. So if your review is published as part of the book, you will get a free copy of the book. So that's that. I just wanted to sort of touch base, just talk about the importance now of whizzing through. Like I've done it 5 days to this, right? It's a serious book. That's actually quite small print in there as well. Okay, it is jam-packed full of great information. So I did it as an exercise to see whether it can be done. It almost killed me. It was intense. Okay, but now what I'm saying is, if you really want to ensure that your quality is top notch, it's not plagiarized, it's not going to be hooked up by AI detectors, that it flows really well, it's going to get lots of great reviews, lots of sales, I want you to slow down, do it right, and make it great. And until my next video, happy writing.